I've wanted to be a doctor ever since I was a little kid. Like a lot of people say, I've always had a fascination with medicine and the body and science. But it's ever since I was about 12 years old, I've worked every Sunday in my dad's drugstore in a community-run little store. And I did that every year until I left for college, every Sunday. And I got to see my father's interactions with his customers and get a real feel for the world of pharmacy and medicine. And when my father wasn't looking, I would take his pharmacy jacket and put it on and pretend I was a pharmacist too. And it gave me an introduction into the field of healthcare. And from then on, did the usual volunteering in hospitals and was president of the pre-med clubs and just did everything I could to verify that medicine was the field for me. And as soon as I got to medical school, I knew I made the right choice. Ophthalmology is a great field and something I was attracted to for a few reasons. One, I've always liked working with my hands. I've always done fine needlework as a young adult and model building as a kid and small detailed artwork, and I was always good with the fine motor, and I knew I wanted to go into a surgical specialty. Everybody knows eyesight is important, one of the most important things to people, and you can see a difference, no pun intended. Taking somebody's cataract out, allowing them to see better than they've seen in practically their whole lives really makes me feel good to be able to help people and have them have an improvement in their lives. Comprehensive ophthalmology includes every field of ophthalmology, so one has to know a little bit about all fields of the eye. When I graduated here at Wills, I met the famous and fabulous Dr. K. And he had just opened up a second office here in comprehensive ophthalmology in Philadelphia and needed an associate. So it was meant to be. The two of us hit it off and we knew we'd be great associates. And he had a very busy comprehensive practice and I enjoyed it right from the beginning. With comprehensive ophthalmology, you get to follow patients through the course of their whole lives, as opposed to a specialist who may see a patient one or two times, treat a particular problem, and send them on their way. Comprehensive ophthalmologists treat patients for a lifetime. I have families where I've treated grandparents, parents, kids, and grandkids all in the same family. I get to treat generations of people and patients. And I get to follow people for a very long time, and I get to know them pretty well, and they get to know me, and I feel I can provide the best care for them and individualized care because I do get to know my patients so well. I have to admit, when I was a medical student in Virginia, not being from Philadelphia, I did not know much about Wills Eye Hospital. But the residency director at my medical school encouraged me to attend because he thought I would like it, or encouraged me to apply to Wills Eye Hospital. So once I came up for my interview here, I just instantly fell in love with it. It's world-renowned, as everybody knows, but it was a family-type feel where all people shared information and collaborated, worked together, and the patients got amazing care. So fortunately, I was lucky enough to get a spot here as a resident, and Wills has been my home ever since. I practice up the block. I teach here about once a week, either in the clinic or in the operating room. We do all of our surgery cases through the Wills Eye Network, either Wills in Center City or the Wills Center in Bala Cynwyd. And Wills is just my family. I love tennis, and I can talk about that all day. I've been competing since I was about 14 years old. And with just minor laps here or there, I've been competing ever since and still am and participate with USTA and some teams and tournaments and even travel to do so occasionally. And it keeps me young and fit, but it also keeps me with that competitive edge. And I think that actually helps in the operating room. It helps in a busy day in the office. Just being able to handle stress and competition, I think, is a good thing. I enjoy spending time with my family. My husband and I have an RV, so we like traveling around with that, and that's a relatively new hobby that we've taken up and enjoyed. And I love being with my kids, two college-age kids, for when they have time for me. We like doing things with them, both my son and my daughter. And we have a new puppy who's keeping us very busy.